Welcome to another video. I am working with sunflower seeds today. I grow sunflowers in my garden every year, mostly just because I think they look really cool. Usually I just let the birds eat them, but this year I thought I would try cooking them in the oven and seeing if I could actually eat them. And I find that I really don't like eating sunflower seeds. The hulls are just so annoying to me and I just can't stand it. But I thought of another way I might be able to use sunflower seeds that I grow in the garden besides just looking pretty. I mean, I would grow them just because they look cool, or because they attract pollinators, or they're good for the soil. I mean, sunflowers are just really great. But I think if I grow some sunflower sprouts here, I'm going to have another reason to grow sunflowers. And I like the idea of sunflower sprouts because I can take this thing that I can store, this sunflower head here, and with all of its seeds, and I can grow something in the wintertime from it and get another harvest from my garden that I wouldn't otherwise be getting. So what I'm going to do is I have here it's just a standard growing tray here with holes in the bottom of it, and into that I'm going to place some moistened soil, which I've just mixed up here. This is going inside a tray that has no holes in it. Okay, so let me dump that in there. I don't need a really thick layer because I'm just starting these seeds. They're going to be harvested after a couple of weeks. So I just need something in there that'll keep things moist enough that the sunflowers will sprout, the seeds will sprout, and that's about it. So I'm putting about half an inch of soil in there. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. I worry. I want to have full coverage, so, but I also don't want to waste too much of this. So I'm pretty stingy. If you haven't gathered that from my other videos yet. And so if you're stingy too, we're kindred spirits. I think part of what makes gardening fun actually is the frugality of it. You can find ways to make something out of nothing, or nearly nothing, right? So, all right, that soil was overly moist to begin with, so I think our moisture level is actually still pretty good here. Okay, got about a half an inch of potting soil, that's all it is, on the bottom. And now into that, I'm going to take some sunflower seeds and spread them all over the place in here. If a few fall into my garden, that's okay, because that's actually usually how I grow sunflowers, is I wait to see where the birds planted them. And wherever they are, that's where they are. So like this last year, this head I think was in my lettuce bed. I saw a sunflower coming up, and so I said to myself, let's just leave it. And it was a beautiful, beautiful sunflower. So I'm told if you do that, you may not get the best results, because the sunflowers may actually cross-pollinate with native sunflowers around here. And I'm in Utah, but I think we've got native sunflowers in most places. Or they're not really native. But they are living in the wild, and usually they're smaller-headed varieties. So I almost got enough seed out of this thing already. I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. These don't need a lot of room because they're going to be harvested. You know what? I bet there's a better way to do this. I'm gonna grab something here. There we go. Much better. There's probably an even better way. If you know, put it in the comments. All right, lots of seeds now. I'm gonna try and spread them around so they're more even. I don't know if that's too many or too little, but I don't know. I'm gonna put some more. I can't see there being too many, really. And in my impatience, I ruining my thumbs there. All right, some beautiful seeds. I'm sure that someone would like to munch on those at a baseball game. Now that I've done that, I can see that I put it in the wrong tray. So I'm going to transfer it now into the tray that has holes in it. You need holes, and you need drainage so that this thing doesn't just get rotten. So this probably isn't quite as good, but I'm going to just lift it out and put it on here. And those seeds, they don't have far to go. I wonder if they're going to push up more soil this way. All right, let me be less delicate about it here. Should still work, I think. We'll find out. Okay, now I'm going to spread that out here. Should still be pretty well distributed, just not on the top. Maybe it'll actually be better this way. Sometimes you have happy accidents when you garden that help you discover things you wouldn't otherwise know. So now on top of this, I'm going to place another tray. And this is actually going to hold the moisture in. I might water it a little bit, but I won't need to water it much. And I will also leave that on when they're first starting to grow, so they really have to push up against that tray and they won't turn green. You want them to turn green like the last day or two, and then you harvest. So this is ready to go. We're going to see what this does and if we can get some sunflower sprouts in the next couple of weeks. Here we've got our sunflower seeds 3 days after being put in their container, and I will reveal what they're looking like. You can see there they've just got their roots starting to come out, and they're just germinating all over the place. So that is that. I'm keeping the cover on. Here's a sunflower setup. It's been 6 days since they were sown, and I've got those plants on top of it as weight, probably only about a pound or so of weight, but it's definitely pushing up. And so we're going to remove the weight, we're going to remove the top, and allow these sunflower sprouts finally to get some actual light. So right now they are looking a little bit sad because they haven't had light, but after a day or two they should really shoot up and be green. So we'll see. These were the growing conditions in a southern window with supplemental light from some LEDs from up above. 7 days after sowing and after a day of being in the light, the shoots really shot up. It was good that we weighted them down because the roots were able to then really dig down into the soil and be well situated. Some folks on their YouTube videos just run their hands across the top and the seeds come off, but I found I needed to pull off the seeds on many of these, which for a lot of people would probably be kind of annoying, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. And I enjoyed also petting my seedlings in hopes that the seed hulls would come off. What ended up happening was that some of them didn't want to come off. They'd really kind of stick. And so I didn't want to damage the cotyledons there, those little seed leaves. And so I would just leave some of them on until later when they were easier to pull off. And anytime I passed by this in my house, I was always tempted to go and pull off a few more seed hulls. So it was actually kind of fun. At 8 days, it seemed like the sunflower sprouts were ready to harvest. Some of the true leaves were beginning to come out, and I thought it was likely they would turn bitter if I let them go too long. I probably could have gone another day and harvested them then, but the timing seemed right. And so I started cutting these with scissors. I think some people, when they grow them more thickly, it might actually be a little easier to just grab a bunch at a time and get them all out of there. But this was exciting to me, and it was just fun. So the sunflower microgreens are done, and I'm going to taste them. I've never tasted sunflower microgreens before, so we'll see what I think here. They're very mild. They have some floral going on there. Very floral. I like the crunch. I think they'll go really well in a salad. A lot like lettuce. I think they're good. They're a winner. So now I've got a new way to make sunflowers into a food that my family can eat. And I'm really excited. Another thing I'm excited about is that when I went to throw away the leftovers here, I was going to throw them in the garden, and I discovered I originally thought maybe I could reuse the potting soil. No, that's not a thing because of this. They form a thick mat of roots on the bottom. So that's kind of cool. It makes me wonder if you were to grow them the right way, maybe you could even eat the roots and stuff. I don't know. But I would say the bulk of the mass of these is actually roots. Something to consider. Maybe you know more than I do about this sort of thing and can tell me if or how I could actually utilize the roots of these sunflower microgreens. Thanks for joining me on this journey of learning how to grow sunflower microgreens. I'm going to grow them again, and when I do, I'll make a video about it. I think I'm going to grow them a little more thickly. I got about 8 ounces out of this flat, and I'm going to find out if that's a good yield. I'm guessing it's not, but it's good enough yield for our family for tonight. We're going to throw these in a salad and enjoy them.